Hi, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Kerry. I'm here today at the Mina House, and today we have the lovely Nisha B.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Lovely to have you on Coffee
Thank
with Kerry.
you. Can't wait to continue.
Stay tuned, guys. Nisha, thank you so much for being on Coffee with Kerry.
Thank you for having me. Actually, needed this coffee break.
It's definitely a coffee break because you're in the midst of the carnival season and so much work, so much going on, rehearsals.
Practice gets a lot out of me, and just a lot of work, and it's like very compact.
Right.
So you get me for half an hour, so that's good.
That's good. So in half an hour, we're going to talk about who is Nisha B. Let's start with that.
Well, who is Nisha B? I don't believe anybody ever asked me that question. I mean, media houses would ask me, and you'd have to give them the routine
Answer.
response.
But I want to know what people don't know about Nisha B.
Well, I'll start off by saying I'm very cool, so I'm not highfalutin or pompous, as some may say.
Right.
Very, very cool, very down to earth. I'm not rude at all. I like feeling happy, so I like being around happy people. So some of my friends who know me, they would call me a clown. Kerry might probably say I'm a character, but this is who I am. Just love what I do what you love kind of person,
Right.
and appreciative of everything that I have. So yeah, that's very important.
To
To
appreciate what you have.
and what you do. And yeah, basically that's it. Oh, and I'm also a mommy now. So Nisha B is the mother now. So
So Nisha, tell us a little bit about your career, and then how do you tie that back to your family life?
well, I grew up in music, as you would know. My father was in music, my brothers was in music, everybody, uncles. It came from like way back, even on my mother's side. My grandma used to be drums.
So
and so
would
on.
you say is this something that you had to do, or
I
it was just
feel-
something that...
I feel I was inclined to be who I am. I was born with a purpose into my family to be this singer, love of art form, this sort of thing. And, I knew immediately when I was a little girl what I wanted to do, because I would see my father on stage behind this microphone, and I would tell myself, I'm going to do that. I remembered once also doing going to interviews with my father, looking at him speaking on the radio, on television, TTT.
Right.
And they would do Indian variety, these things. And I always told myself, I will do these things. I want to do these things. And I went on, and I really did. Went on to become like a radio host, a TV host, and of course a singer. And, I think, it's my purpose to
Right.
be who I am.
What would you say is the most impactful part of your career? What have you gained through your career?
A lot of strength, would you believe?
I would, because we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
A lot of strength. I have learned to love myself. I have learned to critique myself in a good way. I have learned so much things, but strength is something that I definitely, I think,
We all need.
needed. But strength is something I learned, or I learned to be strong being Nisha.
Really.
Yeah.
Why has Nisha learned to be strong in the public eye?
Well, being public entity, I don't think of myself, and you all would never believe this. Like sometimes I would be on a flight and people would wave to me, and I'm like, that's so weird, Up until now, up until present, being at the airport, go through immigration. Once I was in Orlando, for example, walking through Universal Studios, people wanted pictures of me, and I realized, yes, you are a public entity. People know you.
Right.
And I don't consider myself a famous person. This is the weirdest thing ever. I think of myself as I just go there and do what I have to do, because Trinidad is such a small place.
Right.
Full of talented people, but we're such a small place, I don't consider myself the superstar or the diva, nothing like that, Just, as I've said, do what I love.
Right.
Doing what I love. So, being strong and being the Nisha B, I growing up thinking, music is going to be such fun.
Right.
And then it was fun, yeah, but then there was some loop sides to it.
Would you say public or being a public personality and being in the media limelight has affected your life positively or negatively?
Both.
Both?
It would have to be both.
So tell me what are the pros, and then tell me what are some of the cons.
Well, there are so many things to love about being an artist, being in the limelight. I mean, I get to travel all over the world.
Right.
I meet so many people. As much as you may think you have people who love you, there are people who may not like what you do or dislike you for some particular reason. So it would have been like that. And as much as I was learning about, bettering myself or doing things for my career or for my voice or whatever it was, there were people who were bashing me,
Judging you for that.
and judging me, and I could not understand why it was happening, but it happened in such a huge way that I was taken aback.
So would you say failure has set you up for success?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, there were many times I tried and I failed, but I've never failed to try, and that's really important.
That's really good. And also, funnily enough, that I remembered something that I said earlier today. You're not for everyone,
Yeah.
and not everyone is for you.
Exactly.
So I think that resonates with us,
Yes.
really, that we're not everyone's cup of tea or cup of coffee. But there are the people that really look out for us.
Yeah.
So Nisha, would you say that social media bullying has affected your life?
Oh yeah, it has. I mean, there were moments when, without me wanting to go into comments and things like that, it would be cropped to me and sent to me.
Right.
There was a moment where I had a breakdown. I cried.
Right.
I went and I prayed about it. I said, God, why am I going through this?
Right.
I thought I'm doing something amazing, And then I had spoken to Ravi. Ravi is somebody who's very strong, and he said, just ignore, whoops,
Yeah.
And I did, and I started there.
What are some of your moments that resonate with you in terms of some of the comments that you would have gotten on social media?
It would definitely be after I had my son. I had gained 40 pounds and I lost it. And there I was diving into carnival again, and I thought I looked amazing. And people were saying, "Oh, she looks horrible." It was weird.
Right.
Because some were commenting I had done plastic surgery, and the other half were commenting.
Which you haven't.
No, I have not. And the other half were commenting that I looked terrible. That I lost my curves, and I couldn't understand. I felt great, amazing as a mom.
Right.
With, I could be able to wear certain things, and,
Yeah.
and people were commenting that, Nisha, you look so great. And then there were like a sprinkle of the others, like sprinkle of salt,
Right.
pepper, black pepper. We're saying things like, she looks terrible, come off the stage, don't wear this, don't wear that. And it could really break you.
I feel like you've been judged quite a lot, both on and off stage.
I have.
What are some of the misconceptions that you think people have most about you?
Off the bat, they would think I'm hyperluted, stuck up, which I don't
Not
like.
approachable.
No, not approachable.
Right.
I have a naturally serious face, I think. Even at home, I won't smile. I mean, it won't be like...
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever walks around with a
Sometimes
grin on their face.
if my mom is with me, she'll say, smile, smile, smile. I'm like, why? All the time, you don't have to smile. But I think that's what it is. I have a serious, naturally serious face.
Right. Yeah.
Another would be like, I think I'm a bit misunderstood in a lot of ways. But baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Would you say that your career has made you a stronger person?
Yes, it has.
And would you say motherhood has also made you a stronger
Whoa.
person?
Because
I don't think people see that. They don't think that Nisha B has a husband and a kid and
Yeah.
very settled. And
I'm very subtle about it too, but I think motherhood will trump being an artist.
Really?
Any day. Yeah, because this is a lot of work being a mommy, and I once asked mommy, how did you grow up 4 children? Like, she's like, my mom did 14.
Right. Yeah.
I have 1, but my son, when I got pregnant, I thought I was gonna have a girl.
Right.
And having a boy, it changed me so much because he's so strong, and I see strength in my son, and he makes me feel like I'm also strong.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've gained, I think, another reason to carry on
Right.
and to do things a certain way. So he is the reason behind a lot of things, a lot of my smiles, a lot of positive thinking.
Right.
And of course, you have to restrain yourself with a little patience with a little child sometimes. So it helps with patience too.
So you would say definitely that motherhood has really given you balance. And,
Yes.
Yeah. What are some of the strengths you would say that have come from your career, and where's Nisha B going?
Well, I think that during the break I had with my pregnancy, I sat back and I looked at a lot of things, and I told myself, I started a journal.
Right.
And I had told myself there's so many things I want to do, and there are so many things I am going to do.
And we started writing them down.
Yes, I did.
So funny, I just did an interview as well too, and my guest said one of the things that she likes to do is write things down, and it puts things into perspective.
Yes.
Where you could not only see them, but it helps you to not only analyze, but it's a marker, almost like
Yeah, it is.
of getting things done and setting goals and accomplishing them.
Oh yeah. If you were to check my notes on my phone, everything is
It's
written.
written.
down.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
written
yeah.
down.
But I think that's how we can be most productive.
Yes.
You know, put things down where you can see
Yeah.
it. And I'm very old school. Like I
So
still
am I.
like a notebook and a pen because I feel that's more productive
Yeah.
than going on my phone and making a note.
Well,
I
the
feel
phone
like if
is
it's
easier
written,
access for me because sometimes I can't find a pen in my house.
right.
So I
I know. I
have to
feel like if it's
have
written, like
it's
it's
written.
like
If it's written, it's sealed.
correct. Like if you
know?
write it, it's that physical thing of taking a pen and writing something as
Yeah.
opposed to using a
Type it
phone
in, yeah.
or using technology to to communicate something. If you had to tell our viewers or tell your fans something, advice. Let's do advice and then let's do inspiration.
Okay. Advice would be never ever give up. I mean, this may sound cliche because a lot of people would say this, but this, you have to really pay attention to your words. Speak your words and pay attention to it. Like, too much in society, people draw us down and we are unable to, mentally be strong, physically be strong, emotionally be strong.
Sure, yeah.
So you really have to be able to look at yourself and say, this is the direction I can't go into. Don't let anyone break you. I had mentioned baby steps before because it's something really important to me. I take baby steps in everything I do because I believe it can be a long way, but if you start, you will reach.
Right.
So it's
And
really
inspiration.
important. Inspiration would be love yourself. Love yourself because it comes from deep within. It had taken me, it was a roller coaster for me because of social media bashing and people wanting to see, okay, closer friends would say, okay, maybe take stuff as constructive criticism.
Right.
And I had to tell myself, no, I'm fine. I was the only one who could have done that. Somebody, you could have spoken to me, and which I do listen to Kerry, by the way. But I had to
She
be the
does.
one. I do.
She does.
I had
listen
to be. I had to be the one to ensure myself that I was taking my own advice. Otherwise, it would go to
I remember when you were going through some of your social media bashings that we would have like these very, very
In-depth
long
conversations.
and Nisha would message me and say, Kerry, like I feel like you're the only person that understands me right now and like you're the only person I can talk to.
And he was.
And
He still is.
I think it's the fact that you can reach out to someone who's not going to judge you
Exactly.
based on what the circumstances, and I'm somebody that I like, if I'm drawn to someone, it is a soul connection and not just because they look a certain way or
Yeah.
they act a certain way or they possess certain qualities.
Is
I
it
think.
like energies? Because
Energies,
I
yeah.
love energies. I feel like I attract good energies, I hope.
Yeah, for sure.
You
But
know?
you have to. If you project good energy,
Yeah.
then you attract good energy. If you're constantly thinking of negatives,
Exactly.
then you're only going to not
That's
only
true.
act negative.
It's a one-way street.
Yeah.
If you'll be negative, you will just keep thinking of negative things. What you send out to the universe comes back to you.
Karma.
So, so it's very important.
Yeah,
Very
I
important.
agree with that. Nisha, as a public figure and somebody who's constantly in the party lifestyle, so you're in Carnival, you're an
Yeah.
entertainer, and you're constantly in artist mode. A lot of people do not see behind or past that,
Oh, they don't.
right? Who is Nisha B off the stage? I've gotten a chance to know Nisha B off the
Yeah.
stage, and she's absolutely the exact opposite.
You all may be shocked, but I'm not a party person. I mean, after an event, I would rather go home, eat something. I love food.
And drink a lot of pepper sauce.
Oh, that's for recordings. That's my secret, Kerry. That's my secret. Yeah, but I'm very mellow. I would prefer to stay out of the limelight because I'm so much into it. Like every weekend, even during the week, when you're thinking, okay, they're not on shows, we have stuff to do. There's stuff behind the scenes you have to do. Outfit, wardrobe, hair, makeup, just got, to put things in place. So I like to unwind, and unwinding to me means either looking at a movie, a horror movie,
Right.
or reading a good book, or just doing what I love to do best, and that's praying.
Right. When sometimes I know, like, traveling, touring, shows, especially.
Which I love, by the way. I love touring. I do.
Well, you get to see different places.
I do.
But that can be quite taxing mentally and physically.
Physically.
What do you do to find your zen, to find your space again? What do you do to, like, center yourself?
Well, I always see this. I always need some time alone.
Right.
This time alone refreshes my mind. You really have to unwind when you're on a high pace like that, like, flight after flight after flight. I might take myself to dinner. I love
Take
doing
yourself
that.
to dinner?
Take myself to dinner. I love doing things like that. I
Okay.
like doing a little alone time. Even if you're a mom or a dad or whatever it is, or you
Right.
have so much of things going on, take a little time off. Do something you really, really love, no matter what it is. I have a very, very queer thing I do. I play Christmas carols, vintage ones,
Wow.
throughout the year.
I feel like that might be a problem, because if you go into my car right now and you turn on my car, Christmas carols will come on.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Is it a vintage one like Bing Crosby?
Yes.
This is Nisha. Many times people will hear me playing these things and they'd say,
Like, why are you listening to Christmas
why?
music?
It's over, it's done.
Michael Bublé is my favorite.
He's good.
So,
He's
like, I
good.
have so much of his.
I love that he brings back these vintage things. and
Right.
He's good. He's
Frank
so good.
Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Love. Frank Sinatra's one of my favorite ever.
Right. Who's your favorite artist? Are you as a musician? Who's your favorite artist?
I have a lot, but it would go back to my childhood days of Lata Mangeshkar.
Really?
Because
Okay.
she gave me the inspiration to want to go and do all of these things,
Right.
So yeah.
And if you had to choose someone that you would say inspires you and motivates you, who would that be?
I've been asked this question so many times, and it changes.
It has to change,
Yeah.
because as you evolve,
Yeah.
I think the people that inspire you would eventually not only increase, because you meet people,
Yeah.
you learn about things
I'm
every day.
easily inspired by people. You were one of them. You still are.
Oh, thank you.
My mother has always been the strong for there. She has been the one that, I used to look upon as, okay, you have the kids, the industry, you're a strong mother,
Right.
I am very easily influenced and motivated these days by Ravi.
Right.
Who's
Oh, wow.
he's my little brother, but he's so,
Such an amazing person.
such
too.
a workaholic. He's so, into success and this sort of thing, and he's so positive.
Right.
And these days he's my influencer, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you say you're an influencer and that a lot of younger girls look to you?
I have received messages. I have phone calls. I meet people all the time.
Right.
There's a CEO of a company who I met at a party, and she told me, Nisha, I always look at your pictures on Instagram because you help me. I look at your picture and I go work out. And that's amazing to me, because I could believe that I would inspire somebody like that. You
Right.
know? Teachers, principals, children especially, which is important to me because I have a kid. They love you, and
Right.
and they give you such a reaction when they see you, like, oh, and I'm like, what? Which is the truth.
If you had to send a message out to all of these people who are inspired by you, what would that message be? So if you had this one opportunity to send this huge message out to all these
Opportunity.
people.
I think it would have been in my inspirational messages before, and that would still be to love yourself. And it is because, and you all need to pay attention. You look at social media, for example,
Right.
models, celebrities,
Yeah.
and they look a certain way, and you're like, whoa. It's okay to be inspired. It's okay to want to buy a same shade of lipstick or buy a shoe like a celebrity, but reality is, love yourself. Loving yourself comes from here. So
Not what you look like on the outside.
no, somebody could walk up to you and say, your hair's stupid. You're like, it's not.
Right.
It's a strength. So when you love yourself, it does not
It
matter
gives you strength.
what balls life throw at you. You're going to catch them and you're going to be like, I'm okay, I'm fine.
It's so funny that we we had like a pre-discussion of
We did.
what we were going to talk about. But I feel like when we were actually going to talk about and focus on like social media, the bashing and the negative aspects of that. But our non-negative energy totally did not do that. And I feel like we just focused on the positive. And I feel like we as energies and as souls, we should focus on the positive things.
I mean, being positive makes you happy too. You know, if you were to tell yourself, gosh, boy, I have to go home and cook now, be like, I can't wait to go home and cook. It's not being crazy at all.
No.
It's just loving what you do.
Do you like to cook?
Love.
What do you like to eat?
I like to eat more than cook. But
I heard Raj cooks.
very good.
Yes,
He's
I
a
heard
very
that.
good
Because every
chef.
time I message, Raj is making like curry goat and roti or like curry
Dumplings.
duck.
They made curry chicken and dumplings the other evening. So, I mean, it's really good food, but on my own, I love cooking too.
Right.
So, I can't really, you all don't judge me, you know, again.
So how do you
Did the curry thing too well, but I practice. I can do good stews, pilaus,
right.
stews, pilau, fried chicken, baked chicken. Yeah.
See, this is why people are not gonna like you now. Because you eat and
I
you
love
look so
food.
good.
I love food. You all would not believe. My entire band knows this. If we were to go to a buffet, they were
Right.
clear the way Nisha is coming.
Wow. So people think that celebrities always try to flash,
Flash.
right? What do you spend on, or what do you invest on an outfit? And what was the last outfit you bought that was your best investment?
The last outfit was I'm really into like shoes and bags and like accessories because I think when you accessorize it's easier.
Right. Then trying to get a whole new outfit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's hard for me sometimes because I have to use a lot of one-piece items and then you can't really reuse them.
Right.
There's like a space.
So you
know?
accessorize.
So you accessorize, you know, really good makeup here and things like that. So that's important. But my last splurge would have been a Louis Vuitton bag. Yeah, Phoenicia. I bought it for Phoenicia. So
You bought it with Nisha, for Nisha,
Yeah.
by Nisha.
okay, my husband was part of that. So
What are some of the things that you hear in your profession that either motivates you or that would make you question yourself?
something that irks me. One would have been women thinking that you all, the artists dressing sexy is, you know, to pick up men. What?
Right.
Because we're in 2020, no way. Women you see dressing a particular way, maybe with a shorts or something fitted, cleavage, whatever. It's because they think they look good about themselves. At least this is my take.
Right.
When I think I look good in something or I feel comfortable, main point,
Right.
I wear something.
Right.
You know.
So you don't think that being judged for what you wear or the way you look it doesn't affect you?
Well, there are always going to be people, even if you look your perfection or you're not, people will always have something, you know, to say.
To say.
That's why it comes from within you first.
Right.
To be really secure with yourself, to be like, okay, I feel uncomfortable because if I were to wear something uncomfortable, I'll be uncomfortable throughout
the
on
performance.
stage and whatever. Because I remember wearing once something that was loose fitted here,
Right.
and I didn't want like an accident, and I was uncomfortable.
Wow,
I had to come
right.
off stage, fix it, and then go back
And
on.
then go back on,
So you
right.
have to be comfortable in whatever you wear, you know. Yeah.
Nisha, what's your philosophy in life?
Philosophy. I like a lot of peace. So I think thinking positively brings that on into my life. Sometimes you all would not know, like not speaking on like my behalf only, it could be anybody's behalf. You don't know what people face before they do stuff, before they go to work, before, you know, they have to meet a bunch of people.
Right.
Sometimes we could put on a straight face, a smile, and still be dealing with a bunch of nonsense, you know. But thinking positively could pull you through in such big ways. When you wake up in the morning, give praises. When you go to bed, give praises. I pray a lot, as I've told you.
Right.
It really helps me to gain a good emotional sense. I'm strong with that. and mentally also.
Right. And I would say that would be something that people don't know about you.
I think so. When people meet me at temple or churches, because I go to both, they're always shocked. Not shocked in a way like you pray, you know,
Right.
but like, what are you doing here? This is the question they ask me. Why? How come you're here?
Yeah. Because they think that your life is based around
Maybe
your
I have
career.
a temple at home and things, which I do. I
Right.
have a prayer room,
Right.
which is a source of my peace every day of my life. But a favorite place of mine to go to is the La Divina Pastora.
Right.
We've spoken about this. I find a lot of peace there. I just love the drive. It's far, but it's beautiful.
I think part of the drive is the journey.
It is.
You
It makes
know?
you think. Okay,
Correct.
if you are
You have time
silent,
to reflect.
right? You are silent. No music sometimes. And that's why we play our Christmas carols, of
Oh,
course.
that's great, Christmas carol.
Oh, yeah. So you reflect. You think of what's bothering you, what you want fixed mentally. And this is important. The drive is good there.
Right.
Honestly, if you're playing a little Daisy was there.
If you had the opportunity to speak to your past self, what would you tell your past self? And if you had the opportunity to speak to your future self, what would you tell your future self?
Me speaking to Nisha, then I would have said, chin up. Don't falter. Don't take on these things. Don't break yourself for somebody who can't make you. And I would tell my
Future self.
I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
I love that. What is the best advice you've gotten? And what's the best advice you would give to your viewers or to our viewers?
Okay, I remember once I had met a singer from, it could have been Philadelphia, and she told me, always look up to the sky or always keep your head up because God is there. And it's
Wow.
the truth. It's the truth. So don't always be like, oh, feel put down. When you feel put down,
You're let down.
you feel yourself being let down. But keep your head up, keep your chin up, because yeah, God is up there. God will look down on you and help you.
Nice. And what's the best advice you'd give?
The best advice I would give would be keep smiling because somebody could be falling in love with that smile. I'm just kidding. Best advice will always be think positively. Think positively. This is the three things, key elements I always live with. Think positively, love yourself, and baby steps. No matter what you're going through, start over. If you fail, try again. It's going to work out. Don't give up hope.
Nisha, thank you so much
Thank you.
for being on Coffee with Kerry.
Thank you for the
Has-
coffee, actually, and thank you to the Mina House. It was great.
It was. We talk so much on our phones because our lives don't allow us to interact very often.
Yes, we
And-
try to meet, but we don't.
Right.
So this is like a miracle. I know.
But this has really been an insight not only into like Coffee with Kerry, but who Nisha B really is. So thank you so much.